Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our friends at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Now, today's rundown is dedicated to Bear Time, who says we've been making fun videos for so many years. Can't believe that he gets to enjoy our stuff every day. We are so glad that you do, Bear Time. This one is all yours. You might have some major trouble getting a Nintendo Switch this holiday season. The new system has been difficult to find ever since it launched in March, and now Nintendo has admitted that the supply issues might continue well into the busy holiday shopping season. That's according to Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aime. Speaking with Variety at the Entertainment and Technology Summit in LA, Reggie reiterated Nintendo's previous promise to increase supplies to meet demand, but when pressed about whether or not they would be able to make enough units to satisfy the heavy demand during the holiday season, he didn't commit to anything. He simply said that they're focusing on having enough for the holidays, but didn't make any guarantees. Many gamers were already expecting this. It's usually difficult to find a popular gamer system during the holiday season, and given that the Switch has been so difficult to find up until now, there wasn't much reason to think that that would change, even with Nintendo increasing their output. Nintendo's other new system coming out this year, the tiny SNES Classic, sold out in mere seconds when pre-orders went up, and although Nintendo says there will be more units available when it actually hits stores, many gamers are anticipating a tough fight to get one. The Switch will become less scarce eventually, but we'll just have to wait and see how long it takes. There's some other big Nintendo news to talk about. The reason Reggie Fils-Aime was at the Entertainment and Technology Summit in the first place is a very interesting one. He was there to tout Nintendo's expansion into more than just traditional games as they grow into a full-fledged transmedia company. Nintendo is currently working with Universal Studios to bring Nintendo-themed lands, rides, and attractions to Universal Parks in Japan and the US. When asked if that partnership with Universal could evolve into new movies or TV shows, Reggie said that all of those options are potentially on the table. Universal is already set to distribute the live-action Pokemon movie based on the 3DS game Detective Pikachu, so don't be surprised if we see other iconic Nintendo characters make their way to the silver screen as well. Nintendo is being cautious, though. They don't want to repeat the mistakes they made with the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie, which, as Reggie points out, has one of the lowest Rotten Tomato scores in history.
I'll kill that plumber!
Along with films, other new transmedia ventures that Reggie says that they're looking at include virtual reality, which they're just looking at for now, and new augmented reality games following the success of Pokemon Go last year. Nintendo is one of the most interesting companies in the business, so any new moves they make are always trend-setting and get a lot of attention. You'll know we'll keep you up to date with the latest on their plans. It looks like Deadpool is going to be slicing up bad guys in more movies than just his own. With production on Deadpool 2 currently underway, the Merc with a Mouth is going to be headlining another new movie in the X-Men universe. Earlier this year, Ryan Reynolds was announced as co-writer and executive producer on the new X-Force movie based on the comic series of the same name. Now, Deadline reports that the X-Force film will also see Reynolds appear in front of the camera as the sword-wielding anti-hero. He's not just going to be a supporting character either. Deadpool will reportedly be the leader of the X-Force team, which means he'll likely get most of the screen time and appear prominently in all of the advertisements. More Deadpool is always a good thing, and if he really does start branching out into other films, it indicates that Fox is setting up the character as the new face of the entire X-Men franchise. The former headliner, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, retired from the franchise earlier this year with his final film, Logan. So it makes sense the studio would next look to Deadpool to take the mantle given the character's box office appeal. This isn't the only news that's come in about the X-Force movie. Alongside Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, reports have also surfaced that Josh Brolin will reprise his Deadpool 2 role of Cable in the new film. The two characters are often members of the X-Force team in the comics, so it's no surprise that they'll be back together for the film version. Brolin and Reynolds must have pretty good chemistry if they're already committing to more movies together, so this news makes us even more excited about what's in store for Deadpool 2. It's also been revealed that the X-Force film will be directed by Drew Goddard, who helmed Cabin in the Woods and also worked on the Netflix adaptation of another Marvel property, Daredevil. Goddard had been developing a Sinister Six movie based on the Spider-Man villains before Sony decided to reboot that universe a few years ago, so jumping into X-Force will give him a new superhero franchise to work with. If you're still not sure what XForce is, it's basically a grittier version of the main X-Men team, comprised of more hard-edged characters like, well, Deadpool and Cable. We'll have more details on the project as they come in. XForce doesn't have a release window yet, but in the meantime, Deadpool 2 will land in theaters next summer.
Woo! Superhero landing!
A lot of gamers have been throwing shade at Destiny 2, and Bungie has responded. Many players are unhappy with how the new game has retooled the way you use character shaders, which are basically cosmetic enhancements that allow you to customize the color and pattern of your armor and other items like ships. In the first game, if you earned a shader, you could use it as many times as you want and change different shaders back and forth. But in Destiny 2, shaders can only be used once, so if you're not happy with your new look, you won't be able to go back to your old shaders and swap them around. This has annoyed many players, saying that it limits customization and forces you to go back and grind specific missions to earn the same shaders again. Bungie has now responded. Writing on Twitter, game director Luke Smith says that they have a good reason for making this change. Shaders are tied to specific locations and missions, so if you customize your character with a specific shader, it shows that you've played that same mission or been to that same planet many times. Basically, they want the way you look to be a reflection of the kind of missions you like to play. This probably won't do much to silence the criticism about Destiny 2 forcing players to grind for loot, which incidentally was also one of the main criticisms against the first game. We should also point out that shaders are included in loot boxes that can be bought with in-game microtransactions. The good news is that shaders will drop as rewards in the game more frequently once players reach level 20, so that might help. In other news about Destiny 2, new details about the first batch of DLC for the game have come in. A listing for the first DLC has appeared on the official Microsoft store, confirming previous rumors that it's called Expansion 1 Curse of Osiris, and will give players new missions that take them to a new planet, Mercury. The new missions will explore more of the lore from the Destiny universe, with players uncovering the secrets of the exiled warlock Osiris, who has been mentioned several times in the games but has never actually been seen. New themed weapons, armor, and gear are also included in the first DLC, as well as new co-op and multiplayer arenas. It doesn't have a release window yet, but expected to launch in the next few months. Before Destiny 2 arrived, publisher Activision revealed that they have big DLC and expansion plans for the title, more so than they did with the original game, so expect plenty of new content over the coming months and even years. Destiny 2 is out now on the PS4 and Xbox One and will deploy on the PC next month.
Well, that's good, right?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds continues to break new ground in the world of online gaming. This morning, it had more than 1 million concurrent players, making it only the second game in history to ever do that on the platform. The current record holder is Dota 2, published by Steam owner Valve, which had 1.2 million concurrent players at the height of its popularity in March last year. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds could break that record in the near future as more and more people jump in, and the game isn't even finished yet. It's still in early access and will launch its final version before the end of the year. It wouldn't be the first time Battlegrounds has dethroned Dota 2. Last week, it became the first game to ever have more active players than Dota 2 for a brief period of time, surpassing it for a few hours with around 700,000 players. Battleground exploded in popularity when it first appeared in early access earlier this year, with players attracted to its unique premise of many players inside a massive arena fighting to the death until only one person is left standing. Alongside the final version, the game will find its way to the Xbox One before the end of the year as well, and developer Bluehole has hinted that it will come to the PS4 sometime next year. That wraps up the rundown for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more about game design, visit our friends at VFS.edu. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. You know we'll be back on Monday with a brand new episode for you. In the meantime, watch some of the other content that we've made, and if you like it, hit subscribe for us, okay?